Let's talk about the struggle mentality, guys. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Fatou. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about something that I have been struggling with since I was a teenager. So a little bit of background. I moved to the US when I was 19 years old, right? And when I came, because I had to wait for my paperwork to come, I could not go to school right away. So when I was in Africa, I was already in college. And when I came here, in order for me to go to college, I had to wait for my green card to come in order for me to apply for financial aid and things like that because I could not afford college on my own. I started working at a hair salon. So for 2 years, I couldn't go to school because I was waiting for my green card to come in. So I started braiding, right? And it became a hustle for me. I just started hustling and hustling and hustling. And I started making money and it felt good. Okay? I was a 19-year-old girl, just moved to America and started braiding. And, it was cash money too. So it was great. When I started going to college, I didn't have the time to go to the hair shop as much as I did when I wasn't going to college. I had to find a job that I could set my time according to my school schedule. So when I started working, I realized I was not making as much money as I used to make when I was braiding. But the braiding hours were not accommodating to my school schedule, and obviously school was my priority. For that reason, I started looking for other jobs, right? That's where it started. I started looking for internships. I started looking for second jobs and things like that while I was still full-time in school. It didn't hurt my school at all, thankfully. I was able to graduate on time. I was able to, get good grades in my classes and things like that because I did prioritize my school. But I also started getting this hustle mentality sink in, right? I always had 2 or 3 jobs at a time and I was doing school at the same time. So after I graduated school, this is a short period of time in my life where I moved back to Africa and then I came back to the US. But that's a story for another day. So when I came back to the US, I was so eager to do something and make money and, become somebody that I started the same pattern again, right? I looked for a job, I found a job, and it wasn't enough for me. And the downtime that I had didn't sit right with me. Like I don't know how to sit still and enjoy the fruit of my labor basically. So because I knew how to braid, I felt like, okay, this job that I found, I have a lot of downtime. So during my downtime, I started braiding at home. So I started braiding at home and started making some money that way. And the more I was braiding at home, the more clientele I was getting. And I realized my side hustle of braiding was making me more money than my 9 to 5. So I started looking into ways to do braiding full time. So at first it was very nerve-wracking because I did not have the support, right? I didn't have my husband's support. I didn't have my family's support because everybody was like, why would you go to school and become a braider? I'm like, for me, it's not about the title. It's not about what I'm doing. It's about how much I'm making and how comfortable I am with what I'm doing. To be honest, I was happier braiding in my living room than I was sitting in my office at that time. So I made the decision that, my diploma is always going to be there. It doesn't expire. I'm going to try braiding and see how that works for me. If it works out, then fine. If it doesn't, then I can always look for a job. COVID hit. It made it easier for me. I moved to a different city and I made braiding my full-time job. It's going great. Okay, through the different things I learned in school, thankfully, and in life, I was able to get my clientels up and, price myself very well. And so braiding is going really well for me. Frankly, I can live off of my braiding income solely, right? I'm making enough money braiding to take care of myself, take care of my family, pay my bills, go on vacation once or twice a year, and live a nice, comfortable life. Even save some money. I'm making enough to live off of just braiding, right? And then now, because because braiding has a lot of downtimes as well. Like for example, during the summertime you get really busy, right? You get so busy, you make a lot of money, and you're like, okay, this is great. And then winter hits, right after back to school. That's the downtime season for braiders, right? That's the time where you're only busy during the weekend. So let's say Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday, or even Thursday for some people, depending on the days that you're working on the weekend. During the weekdays, you have a lot of downtime. Guess what I started doing? I started creating content. Not only that, I did a lot of research and started my own hair oil business. And I make hair oils, I make hair butters and things like that. I started doing that and selling to my clients. So it's going really well. Because it's going well, that's a time that I have to make those products because I make them myself. And not only I have to make them, but I also have to advertise them, I have to package them, and I also started creating content online. So I started creating TikTok videos and I loved it. Honestly, the good thing about all of these things is that everything that I do are things that I do love doing. But I feel like it still comes from the hustle mentality where I can't allow myself to just have downtime. Even with my braiding business, I get really busy during the summertime. During the summertime, I can work 6 to 7 days a week, and from literally like 9 to 10 p.m. sometimes, or 7 to like 9 p.m. sometimes. I get really busy and I work by myself. I don't have an assistant at the moment. Because I get so busy and I do make a lot of money, I'm able to save a lot of money to offset the downtime. So it should be a time for me where I'm like, okay, this is my downtime. This is my slow season. Let me go on vacation. Let me relax. Let me take care of myself. Let me, do whatever. But instead of doing that, because I have this big hustle mentality, I'm always looking for other things to do. And even before I started creating online, I would do things like DoorDash, right? I'll do Amazon Flex and things like that. And then I just sat there and I was like, why are you even doing all of these things? Why can't you just sit and relax and just enjoy your life, enjoy your hard work? Because, I do work hard. Then I was like, it's the hustle mentality. It's the mentality that comes from, I can't ever go back where I was. It's the mentality of you should be doing something with your life. You should be doing something with your time. Or if you sit there all day and don't do anything, you feel guilty inside because you feel like that's a time you could have served doing something productive. And I know that taking care of myself is productive. Me just laying in bed and doing nothing all day for my sanity, for my mental health, is productivity. It's just not sinking in because it's not the type of productivity that is going to make me money or concretely lead to something that's going to make me money. And all of that comes from trauma. All of that comes from, again, I call it the hustle mentality. And it's very toxic. And if I'm experiencing it this much, I know a lot of people are also experiencing it. But one of my goals this year is to try to find time to just do nothing and get out of that hustle mentality. Not everything in life has to be about money. Not everything in life has to be about being productive. Sometimes you just need to take the time and take care of yourself. And I know I'm not alone in this. So if you're like me and you have this hustle mentality and you feel like you're not doing enough, meanwhile you're actually doing enough because you're making enough to live a comfortable life, take it from me. Let this be your sign to just find a way to relax, find a way to just take care of yourself, find a way to just enjoy your life and feel accomplished and fulfilled. Don't always have to take on new project. You don't always have to be doing something productive. You will be fine. And I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to myself. We will be fine, okay? One of my goals is definitely to believe that I will be fine, to believe that I deserve to take time for myself. I deserve to have some downtime, and it's okay to have some downtime as long as you're doing what you need to do for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and join my community of self-care and self-awareness. Let's keep each other accountable and make peace with ourselves. All right, this is it for me today. I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.